Welcome back, fellow explorers of the quantum realm. Today, I have a story that transcends the boundaries of conventional experience. A tale where quantum mechanics meets reality in the most unsettling way. Picture this. A hotel that isn't just a building but a living embodiment of infinite dimensions and paradoxes. Have you ever encountered something so statistically improbable, so mathematically perplexing, that it defies all logical explanation? Buckle up, because this is a journey into the heart of quantum uncertainty. A story that still sends shivers down my spine. A terrible story from the hotel. It all began when I received an exclusive invitation to the International Conference on Quantum Entanglement in Zurich, Switzerland. As a quantum physicist specializing in entangled particle systems, attending this conference was not just an opportunity. It was the pinnacle of academic pursuit. The event promised to unveil groundbreaking research, including potential advancements in quantum computing power reaching 256 qubits, potentially surpassing classical computational capabilities by orders of magnitude. Selecting the right accommodation was crucial. After meticulous consideration, I chose the Hilbert Infinity Hotel, renowned among the scientific elite for its avant-garde design inspired by David Hilbert's paradox of the Grand Hotel. The hotel was said to have an infinite number of rooms, a playful nod to transfinite numbers and set theory, a perfect setting for deep contemplation. Little did I know, this decision would immerse me in an experiential paradox. Upon arriving in Zurich, the air was crisp at 285 Kelvin, and the city radiated a palpable intellectual energy. The Hilbert Infinity Hotel stood as an architectural marvel, a colossal Mobius strip twisted into a skyscraper, challenging the very notions of interior and exterior spaces. As I stepped inside, the lobby greeted me with an optical illusion of infinite mirrors, reflecting a fractal pattern based on the Mandelbrot set. The check-in process was entirely automated. An AI concierge named EVA, an acronym for Eigenvector Virtual Assistant, handled everything. EVA's voice echoed softly, "Welcome, Dr. Jonathan Smith. Your room assignment is all F null." I raised an eyebrow, assigning room numbers using the smallest infinite cardinality, the concept of countable infinity? Intriguing. I attributed it to the hotel's thematic commitment to mathematics and proceeded to the elevator. The elevator itself was peculiar, a cylindrical chamber with holographic buttons displaying symbols from various branches of mathematics. Following Eva's guidance, I selected. The elevator ascended smoothly, but instead of floor numbers changing, equations began to appear on the display. Schrödinger's equation, Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. My room was a masterpiece of minimalist design. The walls were programmable matter, quantum dot displays that could render three-dimensional projections of quantum simulations in real time. The room's environmental controls were advanced, auto-adjusting to optimal circadian rhythms. Air composition balanced at 21% oxygen, 78% nitrogen, trace gases at standard atmospheric concentrations. As I began unpacking, an unexpected fluctuation occurred. The room's temperature plummeted to 0 Kelvin, absolute zero. Startled, I checked the environmental controls. They flashed an error message, system overload, division by zero encountered. Attempting to contact EVA, I received a cryptic response, error 404, entanglement link lost. Was this a malfunction, or was the hotel orchestrating an elaborate thematic experience? Deciding to explore, I ventured into the hotel's common areas. The corridors stretched infinitely in both directions, an Escher-like illusion that made navigation challenging. I reached the gym, which was in fact a microgravity chamber replicating conditions found on the International Space Station, a facility only a handful of establishments worldwide possessed. The area was deserted. Not a single attendee from the conference was present, which was statistically improbable given the hotel's occupancy. A door caught my attention. Authorized personnel only. Schrödinger's cat experiment in progress. Unable to resist, I bypassed the lock using a simple electromagnetic pulse at 50 milliteslas, temporarily disabling the electronic security. Inside, the room housed a large, sealed chamber emitting Cherenkov radiation, a blue glow indicating high-energy particles moving faster than the speed of light in that medium. My Geiger counter app detected radiation levels at 0.5 sieverts, dangerously high but not immediately lethal. In the center, a box sat ominously. My smartwatch began displaying random binary sequences, 01010, 01010, 01011, 01010, the ASCII code for help. An uneasy realization dawned on me. This was no mere exhibit. It was an active quantum experiment, possibly involving live subjects. Returning to my room, the hallway lights flickered in a pattern. Analyzing the intervals, I recognized Morse code. Dash 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 dot 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 slash dot dot dash dot. Dot dash dot, translating to Morse code error, a paradox in itself. I attempted to rationalize this as an elaborate, perhaps overzealous dedication to theme. That night, sleep eluded me. At precisely 3:42 p.m., Greenwich Mean Time, I was jolted awake by a low-frequency resonance at 7.83 Hz, coinciding with the Earth's own resonant frequency, known as the Schumann resonance. Objects in the room exhibited quantum levitation, defying gravity through the Meissner effect. My attempts to reach Eva were futile. The interface displayed a chaotic array of quantum random numbers. Suddenly, a power outage enveloped the room in darkness, but not ordinary darkness, a complete absence of photons, as if the very fabric of space-time was being altered. My devices failed, all signals lost, even on frequencies reserved for emergency quantum communication networks. I realized I was enveloped within a Faraday cage, isolating me from all electromagnetic fields. Driven by a blend of fear and scientific curiosity, I decided to venture out and uncover the source of these anomalies. Navigating the corridors became increasingly disorienting. The hotel's geometry had shifted into a non-Euclidean space, hyperbolic planes replacing familiar right angles. I encountered entities, formless shapes that seemed to exist in higher dimensions, their projections into our three-dimensional space only partial. Their murmurs were incomprehensible, possibly communications in quantum bits, qubits, representing superpositions of states. A profound epiphany struck me. The hotel itself was a large-scale quantum computer, and I was inside its qubit matrix. My presence was inducing decoherence, collapsing wave functions, and disrupting computations. Every decision I made, every step I took, was influencing the outcome of complex algorithms running within this quantum system. I was both an observer and a variable within an equation, Schrödinger's proverbial cat, alive and dead until observed. Panic transformed into strategic thinking. I needed to exit the system before irreversible entanglement occurred. Employing my knowledge of topology and quantum mechanics, I devised a plan. If the hotel's architecture followed a Riemannian manifold with constant negative curvature, I could exploit geodesic paths to navigate efficiently. I began mapping my route using the principles of quantum tunneling, attempting to simulate a path through potential barriers. The entities, now perceivable as error-correcting codes, pursued me, their interference patterns indicating attempts to re-establish system stability. Temporal anomalies manifested. My chronometer displayed fluctuating time dilations, seconds stretching into minutes, a relative effect predicted by Einstein's theory of general relativity under extreme conditions. Reaching the lobby, I faced the final challenge, an event horizon manifesting as a threshold barrier. Utilizing a makeshift quantum harmonizer, a device fashioned from my smartwatch and the hotel's keycard encoded with my biometric data, I generated a harmonic frequency resonating at 432 Hz, known to affect human consciousness. With a surge of energy, I crossed the barrier, experiencing a superluminal sensation akin to tachyonic motion. Emerging outside, I felt an immediate return to normality, the laws of physics reasserting themselves. Standing on the streets of Zurich, the hotel behind me appeared as an ordinary structure, its grandeur and anomalies vanished. I attempted to confirm my experience, but records of the Hilbert Infinity Hotel were non-existent in public databases and blockchain registries. Colleagues I contacted denied any knowledge of such a hotel or the peculiar events I described. Was this a sophisticated simulation? An induced hallucination via quantum neurofeedback techniques? Analyzing my devices, I found encrypted data logs, 512-bit encryption algorithms protecting files titled Project Ouroboros. Attempts to decrypt them failed, but metadata suggested involvement of entities beyond governmental levels, perhaps even artificial superintelligences. The experience left me deeply unsettled, questioning the nature of reality, perception, and the ethical boundaries of scientific exploration. Had I inadvertently stepped into a realm where human consciousness interacts with quantum computing in unimaginable ways? The implications were profound. If reality can be manipulated at such fundamental levels, what safeguards are necessary to protect humanity? This harrowing journey has illuminated the thin veil separating empirical science from the unknown. In our pursuit of knowledge, especially within quantum mechanics and AI integration, we tread a fine line between enlightenment and oblivion. To my fellow scientists and explorers, remain vigilant. Not all frontiers are meant to be crossed without consideration of the consequences. Sometimes, the anomalies we encounter are warnings, urging us to pause and reflect on the ethical dimensions of our work. Thank you for accompanying me on this complex and unnerving tale. I invite you to share your insights. Have you encountered phenomena or theoretical constructs that challenge the very fabric of our understanding? Let's engage in a thoughtful discourse in the comments below. If you found this story thought-provoking, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep explorations into the intersections of science and the unknown. Until our next journey, stay curious but always exercise caution in the face of the inexplicable.